So David Benavidez has expressed the fact that he's willing to go back to 175. He's willing to make serious weight cuts in order to fight Bivol or Beterbiev. And the elephant in the room is the fact that nobody wants to fight David because nobody who's proven themselves to be special in their generation wants to get dominated by someone else within that generation. Because in this day and age, this era, this meme centric, fast paced social media world that we live in, your entire career could get washed away off one bad performance. Guys know that. People are not going to say, oh, he fought the great David Benavidez. That's why he got done dirty. No, no, no. They're not going to say that. What's going to happen is you're going to get dominated. You're going to lose fans. You're going to lose money. Does Bivol have a chance against Benavidez? Most likely not. David talks about the sparring sessions as if he's dominated Bivol since the first time they sparred. It's believable because this man was 12 years old sparring Triple G. So his experience level is through the roof. His talent level is through the roof. His size, he's bigger than Bivol and younger than Beterbiev. Now, if Beterbiev ever had a chance against Benavidez, it would have been 3, maybe 4 years ago. Beterbiev is 41 now, at least. He might be older than that. I didn't look it up. But the man is in his 40s. He just did 24 rounds of war with Dmitry Bivol. He's on his last legs. The best fight for Beterbiev is a trilogy against a Bivol who's older. And Bivol, even though I think he's 34, 35, his style is going to age worse than Beterbiev's style. Bivol may not be able to compete at the level Beterbiev is doing at 40 when he's 40 because he does so much movement for a light heavyweight. As you get older, it gets harder and harder to bounce up on them toes. That's why a guy like Loma, I think that's why he hung it up. It gets harder and harder to fight in that mobile style. But Benavidez, he's just one of them dudes where he's so dominant, but he's not really popular enough outside of boxing to get these guys a big check. So they get a horrible blemish on their record. They don't even get that much money. And then what? You lose fans and you kind of get exposed in an era where people don't really respect greatness. People aren't going to say, well, you know what? Bivol was great, but he lost to somebody even greater. They would say, damn, Bivol got exposed. Beterbiev got exposed. And they wouldn't want to crown David Benavidez as just being once in a generation, for whatever reason. But Canelo ducked him. Bivol is currently ducking him because Bivol hasn't mentioned the man, even though that's really the biggest fight on the horizon. Nobody really cares to see the trilogy between him and Beterbiev. Beterbiev is a senior citizen in boxing terms. The Bivol versus Beterbiev, even though it will be a rubber match, it's akin to Canelo versus Triple G3. It's just a fight that nobody is clamoring for. And it take too long to make these fights happen. Of course, Bivol was injured, but y'all wasn't really popping before you got hurt. Even with the first fight and the second fight, the announcers tried to sell it like it was some big thing, but the boxing public really didn't care about that fight. Now, Benavidez, we know when he shows up, he shows out. We know he does legendary things. He stops guys and steamrolls guys in horrific fashion. So people will show up for Benavidez and Bivol especially. But even Beterbiev, just to see how great David is. Just to see him stop somebody that otherwise wouldn't get stopped. That's why Canelo didn't fight him. Canelo did not want to have that on his record that he actually got stopped. Benavidez is just special. But Benavidez, you can keep the weight. If you 220 pounds walking around now, keep it. Don't lose that weight because nobody is of wow. Nobody that's worth your while, nobody of note is going to fight you at 175. They do not want to get embarrassed. They don't mind losing. Many of them have already lost, but they don't want to get embarrassed because you're in your prime right now. You're young, athletic, high IQ in a world of experience. But y'all let me know what y'all think.